What's up, children? Today I'm gonna change the direction of my channel again. This is about Uranus square Ascendant, and there's like nothing out there that talks about this. There's not enough, and I'm gonna try to make a video that puts the ideas into an understandable format. What is Uranus? It's like erratic. It rules Aquarius, who has the thunderbolts, the lightning, and the Ascendant is ruled by Mars, like the warrior. So when these two are in a harsh 90-degree square, it's like they clash, and it creates a very erratic energy. My Ascendant is in Virgo, so that's very grounded, but still, all of my life I've had a kind of a non-cooperative, like, rebellious streak. And thing is, if you look at my other videos, it kind of shows the approach that I take. And when I was younger, I was really impulsive. Like, I'd smoke 2 packs of cigarettes a day, and I had a band, and I tried pursuing that, and I did well with it. I've also got Saturn square Ascendant. I've got Saturn conjunct Uranus, so keep that in mind. So things worked out in a certain way for me. But with Uranus square Ascendant, with Saturn conjuncting it, it kind of showed me how, like I talk about in all my other videos, this system we're in, and Uranus kind of rules tyranny, or freedom from tyranny, freedom from boundaries. And with Saturn next to it, it just challenges it even more. But anyways, Uranus also rules intelligence and quickness and like being present and in the moment and perceptive. I've got Uranus in the 4th house, and basically, yeah, when I was younger I was really impulsive, and I couldn't really stick to anything. Like, even a band, like, I would rebel against my own band that I created. Like, I was the front man, I wrote all the songs, and like I hardly was able to hold that together. And with time, after my I just went through my Saturn return, and plus I've shifted my perceptions about cooperating with people, and now that I've learned the truth about this system that we live in because of Pluto and Capricorn, and how this whole thing is a lie, and that I'm not like crazy for wanting to be rebellious or break free. Like, I think with my Saturn right next to it, I feel like I want to at least try to break this system apart, the tyranny that exists, or at least become aware of that, and not just live life in this pissed off, like, oh, I hate everything, I need to rebel state of mind. At the same time, I'm really creative. Like, I play guitar, drums, bass, and I sing, and I play keyboard, and I'm just very fluent at music and creativity. Like, I can produce an entire album by myself. I've done it before. So that's one thing that this aspect gives me. And any creative thing that I do, if I stick with it, I get really good at it. So that's part of Uranus square Ascendant. It also made me very restless. And again, with time, with Saturn, I'm just very disciplined. I work out a lot. I exercise a lot, and I'm like ripped, like full-fledged fucking ripped. But I don't do it to like, try and sleep with 1,000,000 women. I do it because the discipline it levels me out, because Uranus just brings it's in my 4th house, and there are things, and it's in Sagittarius, and there are things that happen that really piss me off in my family that I have to deal with, which is also like a Saturn thing. And I could become an alcoholic, and I could destroy my life, but instead I just work out a lot and do lots of other self-help therapies, but that's all kind of connected to other planets. As far as Uranus square Ascendant, when I was younger, I was extremely rebellious. Like, I broke into a school and vandalized it, and I got all my friends to, follow me and do that. I don't know. I was pretty crazy. But once I grew up and I found out more clearly about this system that we live in the Western world, this institutionalized system, and how it's ruled by corrupt, like how the people who kind of have authority, the hidden authorities in this world, those are people who don't have morals, and they don't care about the majority of the masses. So with time, with this square, I shifted my perception of how I deal with people, because even though most people do enforce this system, they don't really have a choice. So that's why I don't like say fuck the pigs, and I don't say fuck authority. Like, I don't think of it that way. Like, I do question authority, but I'm aware that eventually you have to submit and you have to be a part of the system. And keep in mind, this is Saturn conjunct Uranus. This isn't just Uranus square Ascendant, this is also Saturn square Ascendant. So Saturn, like, after time has given me far more courage to. It doesn't mean that I'm always cooperative around people. Like, in conversations, I can be pretty blunt, and not in a way that attacks anyone personally. I attack the system a lot. Just look at my other videos, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, when I was younger, I smoked like 2 packs of cigarettes a day. I would drink just like non-stop, especially when I was like an early adult. And when I was a teenager, I would just sit in my room and play guitar all day long, and didn't really want friends, and I don't know, I just did my own thing. And I was in a lot of bands. I've played in front of thousands of people, and if I pursued it, I'd probably have decent results. But yeah, there are other priorities in my life going on with Pluto conjunct Sun right now. Maybe in the future I'll go for music again, but right now I've got foundational shit that I'm working on. And let's see, with Pluto square Ascendant, I used to be really twitchy and jumpy, but meditation kind of grounds me out. But even still, like, sometimes I'm just really like I'm ready to explode at any given moment, but I've got control of that. But other people sometimes think that I'm just ready to explode, but I never do. I've learned control, and my sun's in Capricorn. But with Uranus square Ascendant, when I was in my early 20s, I would just travel, like, across the country, just go, like, and lived in another country for, like, in another state for, like, a few years, and I went from, like, Georgia to Massachusetts to Portland, Oregon, and, yeah, before my Saturn return, I had a way of just leaving relationships, because they drive me crazy, but it has to do with a lot of other factors in my chart. But with Uranus square Ascendant, you'll have a real tendency to bail, and it's not like you don't have a good reason to, but sometimes staying and dealing with a problem is it's not always that simple, and it's not always that black and white. So keep that in mind. With Uranus square Ascendant, obviously the standard astrological texts say that you're unconventional in relationships, but me, I actually used to be. I think a lot of people that I used to hang out with when I was younger were really brash and impulsive. But for me, now that I'm exercising, I don't really go out on Friday nights. I don't really go out and party on the weekend anymore. I'm 29. And remember, my sun is in Capricorn, but when you hit 30, like, that's when your sun starts really coming out in your life. And plus, I got tired of just drinking beer and smoking weed all the time. I think for the unevolved individual, that's what this energy tends to do. It just makes you just stupid, like straight up dumb. And now I'm more conscientious about it, and I know the system is really fucked up, but I'm not going to let that destroy my life or define me. Like, just because I'm pissed off and I want to rebel, I'm not going to, again, I don't really go out and party anymore, and I'm still relatively young looking, and I could do a lot of stupid shit, but I don't. I play music still, but, yeah, that's what I could say for anyone who has this aspect is, don't get sucked into drama and stupid relationships, because they'll explode on you. You can instead harness that energy and, like, be creative. Just because I'm not making music, I'm better at the guitar than I've ever been, and I don't do drugs at all. Like, I don't smoke, I don't drink at all. So that's also, I've got Pluto in the second house, which is values, but I think because of my approach, I am unique. I'm not trying to be all different, because everyone else is doing that, and everyone else is being really fucking stupid. Yeah, I'm speaking in Uranus talk. I don't care. I mean, I can be a little insensitive and a little bit brash and black and white. Um, but yeah, I've got my own take and my own approach in relationships. It doesn't mean that I haven't had crazy, wild relationships before. I have. Uh, but with Saturn return, he hits everybody when they're 29 or 28, 29, and you know Saturn eventually will conjunct your Uranus as well, so that provides a maturing lesson for this energy, which for me I think maturely using it to make this channel and inform people on the corruption of the system and try and undo the control system without unnecessary rebellion is a very complex issue that requires intelligence. Okay, this was Uranus Square Ascendant. I hope you liked it. Bye-bye.